First Kings doesn't start with a bang. It starts with a crack. A golden age fades, not explodes. This is what it looks like when nobody listens anymore. And this is a theme we see over and over again. There's an unraveling of everything David built. Solomon starts strong, then slides. Rehoboam splits the kingdom. Jeroboam builds a fake one. Elijah lights a fire and still ends up running. Israel's golden age doesn't fall apart in one moment. It just gets ignored until it's too late. David's dying, Solomon's compromising, Rehoboam's clueless, Jeroboam's lying, prophets screaming, fire falls, nothing changes. God's still speaking, but the kings aren't listening. The kingdom's split, the temple's dimming, the people are tired, and this book is a mirror. David's done. He's shivering under blankets. He can't even stay warm. And his friends thought, hey, let's give him a fine-looking woman. Abishag is brought to him to lie down, and it doesn't even help. One of David's son, Adonijah, sees the power vacuum. He declares himself king, gets Joab, one of his generals, and Abiathar on board. He throws a feast. But David's wife and prophet, Bathsheba and Nathan, intervene. Didn't you say Solomon would be king? They asked David. David acts. Solomon is crowned publicly. Trumpets, mules, oil. It's official. Adonijah panics, grabs the altar horns to knock a drug away. Solomon lets him live on one condition: stay in line. He doesn't. He asks to marry Abishag, David's former concubine. That's a throne grab in disguise. Solomon sees it. Adonijah is executed. Joab's next. There's too much blood on his hands. Shimei violates parole. Gone. This is how it was in those days. This isn't cruelty, it's consolidation. Solomon clears the deck, but the weight of power is already pressing in. God comes to Solomon in a dream, and he says, ask me for anything. Solomon asks for wisdom. God gives it, and everything else you can imagine. Solomon nails early cases, like the baby dispute. This one is super gnarly. Two ladies show up. One lady says it's her kid, the other says it's hers, and Solomon says, hand me a knife, I'll cut him in half, and I'll give each of you half. The real mother freaks out, the other one, not so much. So he gives the child to the real mother. Everything's fine. He doesn't need proof. He knows how people think. He builds the temple, 7 years, gold everywhere. When the ark is brought in, God's presence fills the place. The priests can't even stand. Solomon prays, you chose this place. Please forgive us when we fail. God answers, stay loyal and I'll stay here. Turn away and I won't. Then Solomon builds his own palace, bigger than a temple, marries hundreds of foreign women. They bring their gods. He doesn't just tolerate it, he joins them. Altars to Ashtaroth, Chemosh, Moloch. He funds child sacrifice outside of Jerusalem. God shows up again. You broke it. I'll rip the kingdom from your son. Not in your lifetime, for David's sake. Solomon's reign still looks golden, but underneath, it's cracking. This story is brought to you by Wayfarers Loreworks, the sacred art studio behind every image you see. And now, for the first time, these illustrations are available for purchase. Each piece is a visual relic, forged from scripture, steeped in legend, crafted to carry awe into your home. Explore and collect at wayfarerschase.com. See the scripture, frame the legend. Solomon dies, Rehoboam steps in. People ask for mercy. Lighten the load. The elders say, listen. His friends say, get tougher. Rehoboam listens to the wrong crowd. Whips? I'll use scorpions. 10 tribes walk. They crown Jeroboam. The kingdom splits. Israel to the north, Judea to the south. Jeroboam's paranoid, so he builds his own religion to garner favor. Golden calves, new priests, new feasts. A prophet from Judah shows up. This altar will split. Jeroboam tries to shut him down. His hand withers. The altar cracks. Jeroboam begs for healing, gets it, then ignores it. Judah copies the sins: high places, Ashtaroth poles, cult prostitution. The divide isn't just political, it's spiritual. The battle continues. Ahab becomes king, marries Jezebel, builds a Baal temple. Scripture says Ahab did more evil than anyone before him. That's saying something. Elijah appears, a man of God, kind of out of nowhere. No rain until I say so, then vanishes. Drought devastates the land. Elijah hides. God feeds him by crow. Then a widow's flour never runs out. Her son dies. Elijah prays and revives him. This man persists through straight miracles. 3 years pass. Elijah confronts Ahab. Let's settle this. 2 altars, one for Baal, one for Yahweh. No fire. Whichever answers, he's God. Baal's prophet go first. Nothing. Elijah mocks. Maybe he's sleeping or in the bathroom. Still nothing. Baal didn't strike him down. It's almost like Baal was helpless. Elijah rebuilds God's altar, drenches it in water, prays once. Fire drops, burns everything to dust. The people fall. Yahweh is God. The prophets of Baal are executed. The rain returns. Jezebel sends a death threat. Elijah flees, collapses under a tree. God, I'm done. An angel feeds him. He walks 40 days to Mount Horeb. God asks, why are you here? Elijah says, I've done everything. No one listens. I'm alone. God shows him power. Wind, quake, fire, but he's not in them. Then comes the whisper. God says, go back. You're not done. I preserved 7,000. Elijah stands up, dusts himself off, and goes. This isn't a crash, it's corrosion. Solomon's compromise, Rehoboam's arrogance, Jeroboam's lies, Ahab's idolatry, Elijah's exhaustion. God keeps speaking through fire, through silence, through prophets. But people stop listening. It's a theme that keeps going over and over. 1 Kings is a warning. It doesn't explode, it decays. 2 Kings will show us the wreckage, but it started here. So the question is, are you drifting or are you listening? Pray for me and I for you. Keep looking up. If this hit you deeper than expected, there's more. Check the full playlist to follow the story, from Genesis to Revelation, book by book, breath by breath. Subscribe if you haven't, and share it with someone who needs to hear this story. This is a very long road, and we're just getting started.